Let's be real here. This video is probably gonna get less than 100 views, and that's the reason why I'm making it because right now most of you are like paralyzed about what people think about you, what people say about you, but actually nobody's watching. Like nobody cares because you're in your early stage, you are in your chapter one. So nobody cares about your business, nobody cares about your growth, nobody cares about you. So and this position right now is the most powerful position you will ever be in. Let's be real here. When I started my soil-based vertical farm project, like it was trash, cutting plastic cans and nailing it to some stack tool. So I was in my head, I was thinking, what if someone see me doing this now and think that maybe I've have I lost my mind or and maybe thinking that I've lost it, you know? And I was embarrassed to actually post that video because I almost didn't post that video, but I posted it anyway. Yeah, I posted it anyway. And to be honest with you, people kind of related to it because they saw somebody that is starting from scratch. They saw somebody starting with what they have, with no big budgets, no big setup, just me. So I think the whole truth is that when I posted that video, like it didn't even get up to like 200 views. So the people that I was scared of, they didn't actually say anything. Everybody was busy with their life and busy with their own problems and their dreams. And I was just there scaring myself out of nothing. I'm coming to think about failure. I see some of you crying about failure. Bro, failure is not your enemy. Let me actually tell you, failure isn't failing. Failure is just gathering information. So the more you fail, the more you figure out more ways of not doing that thing. So the more you mess up, the more you find out ways of not messing up. So why will you fear failure when failure is actually the only way to get better? Why failure is only why failure is actually the only path to success. So if you don't fail, you won't grow, you won't learn some lessons. So the more you fail, the more lessons you learn, the more story you tell. So the more life lessons you have. So it's just like the mindset. When you understand this, you will never see failure as failing again. Because actually, if even if you fail, what will happen? You are kind of in your lowest point and you are broke. So you cannot tell me that you are scared of failing when you're already at your lowest point. So bro, fail because the only road you are going now is up because you're already down. So the only path now is up. And bro, you have to like I said, failure isn't failing. Failure is gathering information. Most people don't want to put in the hard work. Everybody's like, "Oh, tomorrow I'll do this thing. Today I can't do this thing." But actually, what's what is there is that you are kind of robbing yourself of your future freedom because every hour you spend now doing a different thing other than putting the work now, you're going to pay for it in the future. So you're actually robbing your future self and actually delaying who you become in the next 2 to 3 years. So bro, you have to because if you really want the money, if you really want the freedom, you have to put in your time because that small money that you're supposed to put into your business now is so little, but the the scale at which, or how will I put it, that money in the next 20 years, in the next, not even 20 years, in the next 2 years, is going to like times 10 or times 20, but you decide to like eat it now that it's so little that you're supposed to be putting in the work. So I think procrastinating is actually the killer of all dreams because when you say tomorrow might come now, you say no next week might come, you say on Monday. Because tomorrow might come now. Tomorrow might come and you say no, maybe next week. Next week comes and you say maybe next month. So while you're busy preparing and like waiting and planning, somebody's already posting, somebody's already pitching their idea, somebody's already starting their business, and you are left behind, like literally left behind. Because already when you now have the motivation, as code, when you have the motivation, like everybody has like gone far and left you behind, and no you have like the let me just say your attention span to do that stuff will like diminish. So another thing I want to say is that while you're actually procrastinating, you're actually leaving away money on the table. You're actually losing money like every day, because you are thinking of, until maybe when I get that grant, or maybe when I get sponsored, that's when I will start my project. Bro, you start with what you have. You start with nothing. You put in the work now that you have nothing. Because there's a theory I called the spider web theory. When you look at a spider, you see it. Nobody actually see the spider, like, when a spider is making its webs. Nobody actually you actually have never seen a spider making its webs, because nobody's watching now, that it's in the beginning stage. So you see me in that tiny corner, putting the work, sewing the webs, like making the webs. Then once what the spider is doing is that he's preparing for an opportunity. He's not like following the trend. Once you see that, oh, and this is one, like, once you see that, maybe, crypto and all those stuff, you like tend to jump into the wave. No, you create your own opportunity and you wait for it. You know that this business idea is going to like be what's next. And instead of it to just wait till everybody reach there, you actually go there and wait for them to come and meet you. So that's what the spider does. It sees a location that in the next few hours is going to be hot cake, and he start putting the effort, and he starts making his webs, and getting ready to trap anything that comes. So by the time by the time you actually look at the spider nest, it's actually when it caught something and it's like feasting on it. That is when you be like, oh, this spider was there. Oh, wow, 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 wow. And so that is how you are supposed to like position yourself, not waiting for, not telling people your business idea. Oh, so they'll say, ah, yeah, it's cool. You have to put in the work now, because actually I cannot invest in a business that you haven't actually created a path for. When I see the small wins you have, you can now like someone can now put in their hard earned money, because they already know that you have put in the effort. I Now you have caught something. Not You have caught something, not big but little, at least, but you have caught something. And lastly, what I will say is that, bro, you have to like be shameless. Like, you know what I mean? When you don't care about other people, when you know that nobody actually cares, nobody's watching, you know. So you have to like start putting in the work now, because who you are thinking that, oh, this guy, maybe my family cares. Your family does not care. Your friend does not care. Like, that guy you think that is judging you, bro, he does not even care. Everybody have their own life. Everybody have their own bills to sort. You have your own bills to sort. So you cannot. Who is going to pay your bills? Who's going to like like give you money? You have to like, you are the only person that can actually take care of it, like care about yourself. The real person that can be able to take care about yourself, focus on your dreams. The real person that can change your life, bro. So why not put in the effort? why not start that? Why not make that post? Like why not actually do something hard and not be ashamed of it? If that's the only way you could grow, because honestly, right now you don't have any reputation yet. You don't have money. You are broke. So there's nothing to be ashamed of. You have to do the embarrassing stuff because at the end of the day, you did it. Why others were seeing it as why others were ashamed of doing it. So, bro, you have to like put in the work, and drop your phone because, man, that stuff is crazy, Because sometimes I see people like being on their phone for like hours, like 10 hours. Like if you could just pause this video and check your screen time, and you see how many hours you've wasted today. So I think that's it. Another thing, your parents are not going to save you. Nobody's coming to save you, bro. You're the only person that can save yourself. You cannot depend on your parents for everything. At least you cannot like hope on them that they are going to like help you land in that position you want to be in the next few years. Because by the time you've made it, why putting in the effort? Even those people that you thought that they were like judging you, they'll be the one saying, "Oh, bro, I knew this guy was gonna be something. I know this guy was going to be like someone in the future." And if this hits you, I want you to like I want you to like this week think about something you want to do. Think about that idea you have in your head. You know, take one step at a time. You know, so that like literally just make that post, start that business, pitch that idea. You know, do something. And I want you to like hit me in the comments. Tell me what you want to do this week because I want to know. Yeah, I want to know. So if you're new here, you can hit the subscribe button. I think that's all. So stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one.